How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, I am back, and I have decided that, you know what? I've suffered through Chain of Memories enough. I want to play something fun, and I want to do something fun for you guys. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my next playthrough of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. The technical start of the Xehanort saga, even though the Kingdom Hearts games have come out throughout, different times, and the stories have been kind of like different in the timeline through each and every single game. This game right here, Birth by Sleep, is the actual start of this first villainous saga called the Xehanort saga. This is where that all starts, even though the first Kingdom Hearts game to really start off this whole grand story is Kingdom Hearts Back Cover. But that is a movie, and I frankly don't want to record over close to a 2 to 3 hour movie, because one, I think I could get in trouble, and number two, I don't feel like doing that. I'd rather show off an actual game that I can play. So I have decided to hold off on this new game that's going to be coming out in June. And I've decided to go ahead and start my new playthrough of Birth by Sleep. Now, for those of you that are wondering, I am playing this game via the 1.5 plus 2.5 bundle on the PlayStation 4. But this game originally came out, and I believe I think it was 2010, where Birth by Sleep originally came out for the PlayStation Portable. I'm actually going to look that up right now because I want to know the exact date. I know it came out in 2010, but when did it come out in 2010? January 9th, 2010 was the release of Birth by Sleep. For the really cool thing about the Kingdom Hearts series, that each game that I have gotten, there is a great story that goes along with it. I kid you guys not. Every single game, there is a great story that happens with each and every game that I get. And for this game in particular, Birth by Sleep, I pre-ordered the game at GameStop, but 2010, I think I was either I was in 8th grade. Yes, I was in 8th grade. Final year of junior high before I would start high school, and I already pre-ordered the game, and my mom went out to the GameStop. I gave her my receipt. She got me the game. I gave her some money to get the strategy guide for it because the guide came out for it as soon as the game launched, and I got to come home and play it on my PlayStation Portable because I was one of those Kingdom Hearts fans that did get every single console to play the next game because it was my favorite game series, and I liked trying out these new game systems. The PlayStation Portable was one of my favorites. I did love that thing. But then, once the Kingdom Hearts games, the really only games I really played for, were getting brought to, consoles again, it was like, okay, now I'm ready to kind of switch back to console because even then, Birth by Sleep from a PSP standpoint, oh my god, gorgeous game for that time in 2010, especially for the PlayStation Portable. It worked great. It played great. I loved playing that game on the PlayStation Portable. And it was another game where I can play Kingdom Hearts Portable, and I totally like that. But now with the PS4 HT remake of it, oh my god, this game looks even more beautiful than it did back in 2010. It looks absolutely great. And in case you guys are wondering, there is no music for this part because obvious reasons, but pretty soon we're going to cut and then you guys will start to hear some game audio. But I wanted to keep this nice, beautiful intro for this adventure that we are about to be partaking in. Unlike Chain of Memories, this game, well, for one, it's a lot more fun to play. Number two, it's not going to, in case you guys have never played any of the Kingdom Hearts games and you're thinking that the games are going to be kind of like Chain of Memories, oh, no. Chain of Memories was the only bad game for me, just because in terms of its gameplay. But every game besides that is a lot better, and it sticks to the same formula. The only thing that really changes is how the combat is dealt with, but it's dealt with in great ways that are actually still fun and enjoyable no matter what you do. Even though I'm still more of a fan of the way that the gameplay is for the numbered games, so 1, 2, and 3 of Kingdom Hearts. But even then, some of these side games are still really fun to utilize with combat. But another great thing is that when we actually go and explore these Disney worlds and all the other worlds, we're actually going to be exploring these worlds. They're not going to be like half-hearted rooms that we hit a Heartless, and then we go into this other room to fight. No, we are going to be exploring in that world. So the game is not going to be anywhere near as boring as it was in Chain of Memories. But then again, like I said, I totally enjoyed the story of Chain of Memories. It was just the gameplay. But now we have finally entered a Kingdom Hearts game where the gameplay and the story, they go hand in hand. They're great, and I can't wait to experience this with you guys. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm really looking for this. And I've never done a walkthrough of Birth by Sleep on my channel. I mean, I did Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and 3, but I never did commentary for 1 and 2. But I never even got around to playing Birth by Sleep because I was just curious. I was just wondering how I would be able to really pull that off. But another great thing about Birth by Sleep is that I don't think this is going to take us that long to complete, because originally, like I said, this game was originally a PlayStation Portable game. So they can't really go all out in terms of these worlds. These worlds are going to be a little bit small, but it's still going to be fun to explore them. But I don't think it's going to take us nearly as long to explore these worlds and get through the story. Because here's the thing, guys. Whereas Chain of Memories, we played as 2 characters. In Birth by Sleep, we're playing as 3 characters. And each character has their own story. And they go through the same world. Some of them go through different areas than the other. But we've got 3 campaigns in this game. And I was thinking at first to maybe, when I'm titling these videos, to do something along the lines of, this character part 1 and part 2 and yada, yada, yada. But you know what? I just didn't want to do that. So here's what I'm going to do. For all the thumbnails going forward, I'm going to add I'm going to make sure I have a picture of the character that we're playing as in that thumbnail, so that way you guys are confused. Then we move on to the next character, it'll be the same thing. But as for all the other videos, it's not going to be this character part 1. It's just going to be Birth by Sleep part 1, part 2, so on and so forth. Just to make it simpler for you guys and, just easier for me. But yes, and another reason why I decided to do Birth by Sleep is that, yes, I really don't think this game is going to take me that long to complete, because then I think by the time that we reach the end of June, I'll be able to start on that new game that I'm really looking forward to playing for you guys. But I wanted to keep myself distracted. I mean, I've decided just to keep myself busy just because of what's been going on. And I think Birth by Sleep will be much better for me because I like everything about this game. I'm already, even just from playing through the tutorial again, I'm like, okay, a lot better than Chain of Memories. I'm going to have a lot more fun with this. So, yeah, and I'm ready to go. Okay, so now that I've kind of rambled on for 8 minutes straight, let's go ahead and talk about what's been going on with the story. So, we see this old guy carry this particular character right here to this beach world, and for some reason, this kid's heart is kind of fractured, but then this voice is telling him that he's going to join his heart with his heart, so that way he can have a full heart again. And as the old man starts to walk away, the kid lives. Ooh, and he's got a Keyblade. That means we're playing a Kingdom Hearts game, folks. Oh, man, I'm so excited to be playing a better Kingdom Hearts game. Oh, boy. And just to reiterate for you guys, for this particular episode today, we are just going to be going through the entire tutorial before we get to the character selection. That will be the start of the next episode, just because I have to try and find ways to cut these videos. So today's episode, just going through the tutorial. And even then, the tutorial is not really bad at all. This is, unfortunately, this is not like Roxas's tutorial in Kingdom Hearts 2. But then again, I like that tutorial, so I don't mind it. But this, oh no, this is only like a 10 to 11 minute tutorial for being realistic here. So now it looks like some time has passed, and we catch up with this mysterious boy who, like all of us, can't fall the heck to sleep. you when you wish upon a star playing.
A meteor shower.
And I've got a lot of fond memories playing this game. I was really, I mean, back when there were 3 Kingdom Hearts games in development, back when, you know, they were really trying to push for new games on different, like, consoles and you know what I mean, consoles. I really followed this game a lot because even on the PlayStation Portable, the graphics looked really close to Kingdom Hearts 2 graphics, so I was really excited to see where that would go, to see new types of worlds in those graphics, and so on and so forth. But I followed Birth by Sleep a lot, and I loved watching gameplay because it was a new battle system. It wasn't like Chain of Memories. It looked really fun, and you got to play as 3 different characters and go to a wide variety of worlds. It looked really cool. And even then, just like playing it, it was just so much fun to play on the go and just to kick back and play it wherever I could in my room. And I remember I went on a trip to New York in my junior year of high school, and I brought Birth by Sleep and I think Dream Drop Distance came out before then. Yeah, I remember playing Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance on the bus ride to, we were going to New York, so it was really fun to kind of play those on the go and still get my Kingdom Hearts action on.
What? You want a piece of me too?
So the world that we are currently in is called the Land of Departure. Our 3 main characters that we're going to be playing as, this is pretty much their home world. And essentially, these 3 are Keyblade apprentices who are trying to become Keyblade masters. So right now for this little tutorial, we're just kind of like getting the works of how things operate. It's pretty much the same as any standard Kingdom Hearts game. You run around with the left stick, you press the X button to attack, circle button to jump. And for this game, that's unlike some of the other games, we have this thing called a command menu where we have a whole bunch of commands that we can use. By pressing the triangle button, you can execute one of those commands. And this game and 2 other games are the only ones that use this command-based style of combat. And I have to admit, it is pretty fun to use. Even though I do prefer the traditional Kingdom Hearts way, I do not mind the command system at all. I think it's great for some of these side stories. It's really cool and flashy, and I love doing it. And then at the top of that command menu, there's a little bar, and when you keep on hitting an enemy and that bar fills up, you'll be able to unleash a super powerful finishing attack. And then by mixing the different commands that you have, you'll be able to go into, like, essentially, it's kind of like drive forms in Kingdom Hearts 2, but a little bit different, because you don't dual wield in this game, but you do enter a certain form and start unleashing a wide variety of different attacks. Excuse me. God, that sky looks beautiful. I would love to see a sky like that.
Whoa! Give me a break, Aqua.
Ven, you hopeless sleepyhead.
Okay, so we have the names of 2 out of the 3 of our protagonists. The boy that we've been playing as so far his full name is Ventus, but he prefers to be called Ven, and the girl is named Aqua. And we'll be meeting the 3rd playable character very soon.
Yeah. I know. Hey, Aqua. You ever wonder what stars are? Where light comes from?
Well, they say.
That every star up there is another world.
And here is our 3rd playable character, Terra. Yes. Our 3 main heroes that we'll be playing throughout the entirety of this game are Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. Specifically in that order. Because I'm gonna explain this more in the next episode. But each character kind of goes through the different Disney worlds in a certain period of time, like beginning, middle, and end. And the game actually lists the preferred way that you should play through each of these stories. And that's how I'm going to be doing it. It just might be better for you guys, especially with how each of their stories end. Each character kind of picks up from that in their story. But I'll explain more of that once we get to the next episode, because the next episode won't be too long of an episode, but I'm going to explain how, the stories intertwine and how we're going to kind of be moving about through this story.
Oh, yeah. Tara, you and I have our Mark of Mastery exams tomorrow.
So Terra and Aqua are now at the point where they could possibly become Keyblade Masters. So tomorrow they're going to have what is called the Mark of Mastery exam, where they'll complete a series of challenges, and if they can complete them and perform well, they will earn the rank of a Keyblade Master. For Ventus, he's still an apprentice, so he won't be getting that title anytime soon. But that's kind of like the main gist of the story, is that Aqua and Terra are trying to become Keyblade Masters, and Ven, I mean, he's kind of like the cheerleader, but he's got his own thing coming up in his story. But essentially, like, that's kind of like the big thing that happens within the story, is those two trying to become Keyblade Masters, and what the story deals with what happens after their exam.
Hey, what do you mean sometimes?
So this isn't a real good luck charm?
Well, that's yet to be seen. But I did work a little magic on it.
And I gotta say, since I recently just finished watching Arrow a little while ago, fun fact for you guys, Aqua is voiced by Willa Holland, who plays Thea Queen in the Arrow series, which is really nice. I like her. She does a great job with this character.
Well, tomorrow's the exam. Anybody want to spar?
I can take you.
Alright, now we're going to go back and do the tutorial. And even though I kind of explained this before, I'll explain it again. There's the HP gauge, and when you press the square button, you can block attack. So Ventus, come at me, bro. There we go. I blocked it.
Quit going easy on me. You're not gonna win unless you stay on the offensive.
So now we go back to that command menu that I was talking about. For this next part of the tutorial, you want to fill up that bar all the way full and unleash your little finishing attack. And by using your finisher attack multiple times, you can earn different ones along the way of your adventure.
Well, that works fine if you're fighting one-on-one. But you need to know how to handle a crowd, too.
And now Aqua is going to teach us about the little focus gauge that's on our menu. What she is going to be using is called a shot lock, where you hold down the R1 button and you focus the camera on your target, and once you fill up the number gauge to the left, you'll be able to unleash a shot lock attack. They would use this thing again in Kingdom Hearts 3, but I don't know. Kingdom Hearts 3 makes it easier to use it, but but Birth by Sleep makes it a little bit hard to get that gauge filled up in time. But I like Kingdom Hearts 3's way of using it better, but I still like it. I do like the shot lock. I am glad they brought that back for 3. And then for the last part of the tutorial, you can choose one of your favorite characters to play as, and then just fight the other character in a quick battle. And I won't lie, my favorite character out of the 3 is Ventus. Mostly because, obviously, he looks like the other main character, Roxas, and since I do like Roxas as a character, I really do like Ven. But even then, I like Ventus's playing style, because each character has a different unique style. Terra is more good with strength. Ven is good for speed, and he's about as close to Sora as you will ever get in this game. And Aqua is great. Excuse me. Aqua is great with magic. So each character has their own specific tropes. But yeah, I like playing as Ventus because Ventus is pretty much like the equal balance of the two. Whereas Aqua is a little bit weak with her physical attacks, she excels in magic. And that's something that I'm going to be using throughout this playthrough. I'm going to be having all my characters use magic attacks for commands because they end up working a lot better and they can get me to... they allow me to use different command styles quicker so I can really finish off my enemies. Okay, and we are currently looking at 1 more minute left in this episode. So thank you all so much for watching. I'm really excited to start playing Birth by Sleep for you guys. And I will see you next time for part 2, where we choose a character and we begin this adventure. I cannot wait, guys. And I hope you're looking forward to it, especially if you never played this game. I think you guys will really enjoy this playthrough. For gameplay purposes and for its story. It's a really good story and the great start to this series with the Xehanort Saga. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in episode 2.
Always.
That would be the last night we ever spent beneath the same stars.
Mickey, I cannot shake the feeling something terrible is about to transpire.